You work with Cube, work with Hove.
Yeah.
I mean, because man, sometimes me personally, I don't think Cube get the love and respect that he deserves.
Oh man, I'm a student of.
Cube pen.
Oh man, he ain't lost a step. Oh man, he the one. Him, man, Ice Cube and Scarface, I'm a direct student of them.
Yeah,
you can hear it in my music, I'm a direct. But that boy, O'Shea Jackson, Sr., man, oh man, that man don't play. Everything he has become, you know, I remember reading a Rolling Stone article where his parents made him go to drafting school in Arizona. They were like, hey, rap shit cool, but you gonna have an education. Mm-hmm. He's always been proud to be brilliant. He's always used his imagination to give you a world that you might not have known, but he brought you into, whether it was NWA or whether later America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, Kill at Will. He's always taking you beyond where you thought he could go. When he showed you could laugh in movies like Friday, 1, 2, when he gave you when he popped up as an actor. Cube has shown me since I was 12 years old that all possibilities are possible. When you see Killer Mike going on now, a television show, you know, the lowdown, when you see me next to Ethan Hawke, I'm unafraid. I'm informed by Ethan on this is how you pull it off, but I'm unafraid because I saw my idol do it. I saw Cube do it. So I know I can do it. I'm unafraid to do business with people who don't look like me because I've seen Cube do it with Priority Records. I've seen him do it with Hollywood. I've seen him be a black man. Stand up, I've seen him be married to one black woman, create these black children. I just shot a scene with O'Shea Jackson Jr. Just did a scene in a movie with him, and I say, first of all, trippy, you look so much like your dad. You know what I'm saying? I scraped the up there. I'm gonna tell you. But I thanked him for sharing, his family for sharing his dad with the world, because your dad has been an uncle, has been a father-like figure, has been a big homie to so many of us. So man, when it comes to Ice Cube, I just want to tell kids that hip-hop's finally 51, 52 years old. It's finally old enough for you to go back on a nostalgia run. Make him a part of that nostalgia run. Make Ice Cube a part of that. Make E40 a part of that. Make Scarface, who is my personal goal, a part of that. You know, the Ghetto Boys. You have to know where you're being to know where you're going. Right. Or else if somebody resell you something you already did and give it a new name. You know, rock and roll did not look like Elvis, and there ain't no disrespect to Elvis, but he wasn't no Chuck Berry or Little Richard.
Was it? Hove.
Oh, that's my guy, man.
I mean, we hear this. He might be coming out with music.
Yeah.
I talked. Bleak said, "Man, he that ain't where his head is right now. He ain't in that mindset. He's a businessman.
Yeah.
So that's where his head's at.
Yeah.
You think Hov gonna give us something?
I don't know. I think when you're an artist, I think you never stop. Like I walk around the house just mumbling to myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he ever stops. I think Hov got some raps in there. He never stops. And as an artist, he sees the world in an artful way. Just maybe channeling that in a different way. Like I look at No ID. No ID's been taking more pictures than making more beats now. You know what I'm saying? And there's an art to business. Like Matt, I remember. So we got Mayor Bill Campbell in Atlanta. Black mayor from the Carolinas, but he understands the Atlanta way. The Atlanta way is you create opportunity and on the private and equity side for black business people who are going to do the job right.
Correct.
What other city would have told Magic Johnson, who had been involved in scandal, you know, with acquiring HIV, but then becoming a staunch advocate for everyone being tested and all, had been, you know, basically treated badly toward his last days in the NBA by all the players and stuff, how they handle him. And then Magic at some point had to figure out what to do and how to do it. And he figured out business brought him to some degree the same satisfaction of athleticism.
It's competition.
Exactly. So in my mind, Jay-Z has made business his art in some capacity. So he wants to master that in the same way he mastered bars and flows. I saw Magic Johnson come to Atlanta, and I saw Starbucks want to get in Southwest Atlanta, and they did it with Magic Johnson. I saw TGI Fridays get in Southwest Atlanta with Magic Johnson. AMC Theaters get in there with Magic Johnson. I saw Magic Johnson completely become a businessman by way of doing business in Atlanta, and then coming back 30 years later now to own the Atlanta Life Insurance Company. So for me, I cheer for Hov in that capacity, because it's not only Hov. Nas has learned how to become a business person.
Absolutely.
Big Boy has learned how to become a business person. My man, Chameleonaire, has learned how to become a business person. And there's nothing wrong with that, because when we lose that element, when we lose these people, what we're losing is people who give other people like us an opportunity. So I cheer for Hov. I would love another Hov album, but if you never give me another one, if you just give me some guest verses. You know, we can live, but we want. I would like to see him succeed more, not less. And I would like to see Kareem succeed, and I would like to see Dame succeed,
right.
and DNY. You know what I mean? I'd like to see Dallas Austin and Jermaine Dupri, Brian Michael Cox keep succeeding, because if we don't have these mega men of sorts, then you never get people like me. I'm a small business person. You know, but I'm invigorated when I see my brothers win huge and big. And I know this isn't small business to some people, but it's small business compared to the billionaires. I think I have a $100 million company here. But would I dare to think like that if it hadn't been for Jay? Would I dare to think like that if it hadn't been for brands like Outkast? Would I dare to think like that if it wouldn't have been for people like Yeezy taking over the world? Would I dare to think? So I'm inspired by that, because as I have grown into a stronger, more competent rapper, I've also learned to do better business. And, you know, my businesses are small businesses, but they're ones I believe in and they're brands I see growing. I want this to be a $100 million company. I want Bankhead Seafood to be a destination point. I want you to land in Atlanta, get off at Bankhead Highway, stop by the Blue Flame, then come to Bankhead Seafood. You know, come see us, man.
T.I.
Yeah, that's my friend.
You've known T.I. for a minute.
That's my brother, man.
You in business together. Yeah. I mean, hey, the South King, I mean, he called himself the king of the South, and I can't say that I disagree with him.
He is, absolutely.
But when you talk Atlanta rappers, you got to mention him somewhere, some shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you and T.I. meet?
Man, KP, who's a Dungeon family member, and DJ Toon, they found the kid and they developed him. I mean, when I remember walking in the Gentleman's Club, seeing the kid in some Cartier frames, he used to have a gold toothpick on, and I never understood how his hat stayed on his head.
Yeah.
He used to wear it like that. He was like one of them old men in the South who owned the gas station they might call player. You know, man, you ever see player, man. But he was such a player. He was such a player, man, at a young age. I'm 5 years old in Tip, so if he's 19, I'm 24, but such a player, man. So confident. You know, I mean, he reminded me of my cousin Jimmy, you know, my cousin, man. And I knew I rapped though, so I never was intimidated. So when we would get in rooms together, people asked us to do versus rap, whatever. It's like watching on a football field, your boy get it off. Mm-hmm. Oh man, your boy might play defense, but he got it off. Oh man, I got to get it off. I got to get it off. Now I just seen my dog do it. And that's how I feel around him and in Dro particular. Like when you talk about the West Side, man, you talking about from patterns and flows who are people emulate. You talking about Tip. You talking about Dro in terms of just lyricism, man. Mm-hmm. So I really am grateful to be his brother and his friend in business, in music, and beyond, because I truly love him as though we blood.
You dropped your debut album the same day 50 dropped Get Rich or Die Trying. And 50, we know what that is.
Phil whooped everybody's ass that year, man. He was an ass whooping machine. I got a lot of love for Phil, man. I tell him every time I see him, he let me, when I was on the down, Phil, I think I made maybe 10 grand for a show. I had to go to Europe. Yayo was always kind to me. Shouts out to Buck and Banks too. But Phil let me open for a show, and I made some money. I really appreciate him because I really needed it at the time. But let me tell you something, boy. You kicked everybody's ass. Oh man, you whooped so much ass. I just remember looking at the Billboard charts and looking at myself fall like, damn. And every week you sell $250,000. Boom, boom, boom. But what I really love about it is I still went gold, and I was proud for that, but I learned to don't confine yourself to gold and platinum. Don't confine yourself to what's good enough.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because you know we like to do something before 2 something.